Right, everyone. Welcome back to Crypto Brain. Today we are analyzing Toshi with a focused discussion on the developing buzz surrounding its listing on Binance. This is a pivotal structural moment for any emerging asset, and we will break this down through liquidity mechanics, exchange dynamics, and forward price implications. Beginning with the overview, Toshi has maintained strong meme sector momentum, but a Binance listing changes the framework entirely. Binance is the largest global crypto exchange by volume and liquidity depth. When an asset transitions onto Binance infrastructure, the accessibility profile shifts immediately. The first structural impact of a Binance listing is liquidity expansion. Binance provides deep order books, global retail participation, algorithmic trading access, and derivatives infrastructure. This dramatically increases turnover velocity. Assets that were previously constrained by limited exchange depth often experience repricing once exposed to this scale of liquidity. As we move through the visible metrics, trading activity reflects heightened engagement. Volume acceleration is typical during listing phases. However, professional analysis requires distinguishing between initial listing spike and sustained liquidity retention. There are typically three phases in major exchange listings. Phase 1, anticipatory accumulation. Traders position ahead of confirmation. Phase 2, announcement-driven impulse expansion. Rapid inflows and volatility spikes occur. Phase 3, stabilization and structural revaluation. This phase determines whether the move sustains or retraces. The buzz surrounding Toshi appears to sit between Phase 2 and early Phase 3. Momentum is evident, but the key variable now becomes continuation. From a structural standpoint, Binance listing introduces several long-term advantages. First, credibility. Binance due diligence processes add perceived legitimacy. Second, capital access. Global participants gain immediate entry through spot and potentially derivatives markets. Third, ecosystem visibility. Binance exposure places Toshi in front of a significantly broader audience. Looking at price behavior, volatility remains elevated, which is expected. However, consolidation above prior resistance zones is technically constructive. If Toshi establishes higher lows following the listing impulse, it strengthens the case for sustained expansion rather than short-term hype. Liquidity depth is the decisive factor here. Binance order book density reduces slippage, enabling larger capital deployment. This often attracts mid-sized traders who previously avoided low liquidity environments. Another important consideration is pair structure. If Toshi is paired against USDT or other major bases, this simplifies global participation. Stablecoin pairings are the backbone of high-frequency trading activity. Now, addressing the bullish expansion thesis. Historically, meme-aligned assets that secure Binance listings often experience extended cycles if three conditions align: sustained trading volume beyond announcement week, ongoing community engagement and narrative strength, supportive macro crypto sentiment. If these elements compound simultaneously, reflexive momentum cycles can develop. Price appreciation increases visibility. Visibility attracts further capital. Capital accelerates price. However, risk discipline remains critical. Not all Binance listings translate into prolonged uptrends. Some experience rapid spikes followed by retracement once early participants take profit. The difference lies in liquidity retention and structural development post-listing. If Toshi leverages Binance exposure to expand ecosystem integration, deepen exchange presence, and maintain engagement velocity, the listing becomes a foundation rather than a headline. From a macrocycle perspective, during expansionary crypto phases, Binance-listed meme assets often outperform due to accessibility and liquidity scale. If broader market liquidity strengthens, Toshi now has the infrastructure to capture that rotation. To summarize the structured view, Binance listing materially expands liquidity and credibility. Initial volatility is normal during repricing phases. Sustained upside depends on volume retention and structural consolidation. Infrastructure now supports larger capital participation. Toshi has transitioned from speculative meme positioning into globally accessible exchange infrastructure. That shift alone elevates its strategic profile. Whether this becomes a prolonged bullish cycle depends on execution, liquidity sustainability, and broader market alignment. This has been a measured, institutionally framed breakdown of the Binance listing buzz. If you value disciplined, professional crypto analysis delivered without unnecessary exaggeration, ensure you are subscribed to Crypto Brain. Until next time, remain analytical, remain disciplined, and allow liquidity structure to guide conviction.